Got my cats, Gary and Christy. Got my mama and dad too. Got my brothers, Dylan and Ethan. My grandma, my cousins too. It's the family channel all day. We're gonna have some fun today. It's the family channel.
This is your story time, so you tell me. Go ahead.
Okay,
This was her idea.
it's story time with Lizzie and Vinny.
I'm scratching my head.
Okay, first story. Let's see here. I think I will tell a story about me going to spooky rooms.
And crying like a baby.
Now, let me tell you, if you love to get scared, that is the place for you. However, if you're kind of like me,
And are a giant sissy.
it is not for you. I went through the first room and I screamed.
That was funny, and that was compressed air. There was nobody.
And we get up on the porch to go through this thing, to go through the house or whatever. And there's this creepy man there, and he looks at me and he goes, "You won't make it out alive." Well, I got through the first house screaming my head off.
She didn't make it through with dry pants.
And then we did was it the laser tag after that?
After the tractor ride to where we threatened to beat the crap out of the guy.
Yeah, because these people were jumping up on the tractor and they were all up in my face, breathing on me, and I'm like, back up.
Yeah, she was already scared by this point. Like,
Yeah,
really
I'm
badly.
in tears. I mean, straight up bawling.
Look, and there was several people of us from work. And we all threatened to beat him to death if he didn't get off the tractor and leave her alone.
And then we did the laser tag, and I'm holding his hand.
Yeah, she's got me by this hand. I'm sitting there like, no, wait a minute, it was this one, my bad.
And the
I'm
guy's
sitting there
like,
like,
he's like, ma'am, he's like, you're going to have to let go of his hand. You're not going to be able to shoot with one hand. I said,
she says, watch me, and takes off
I
running.
said, watch me.
She's
then-
dragging me. I'm
And then when we got to the end of it, there was this lighted tunnel, and I thought somebody was going to wind up chasing us. Well, I was dragging him down the...
Yeah, it's this big, long, lit tunnel, and it's completely fogged over at the end. She takes off freaking running. The tunnel's like 30, 40 feet long. I was sitting there, honey, I was like, you need to slow down. The heck I do? I said, honey, you don't know what's at the other end of the tunnel. I said, you could have to turn one way or another. I said, somebody might be standing there, you might plow over them, or worse yet, run and hit a tree. And it's a good thing that she actually listened, because sure enough, about 10 feet on the other side of the daggone fog, there stands this woman who was not dressed up. She was just directing people. And
She was collecting the guns.
and some giant trees. No, she was just telling us where to go. They collected guns at the hill, top of the hill.
And well, that was it.
Then we went through this daggone shack that looked like a meat shack, kind of like you'd hang your meat up in, like back in the day.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there. They got this dead body hanging from the corner, and Liz was sitting there. Honey, is that real? Is that real? Then all of a sudden, somebody was standing behind the thing that you couldn't see, and just started shaking it and screaming. Oh, I thought she ripped my arm off.
And then I became a big baby, and I said, you know what?
And the bad part about it is, walking through the trails from part to part, they had these daggone big rats on sticks that they poke out from the bottom and get your feet.
Oh, no, please.
Yeah.
I think I broke one of them.
And
I about knocked the crap out of a couple of actors because it scared me. I said, mother.
the women were not safe in the bathrooms, because when you would go to the bathrooms, the middle mirror whenever you would wash your hands, clowns would pop up in the mirror.
Yeah, we could hear the women screaming from the bathroom.
No.
Yeah.
She tried to give me away to a dead woman.
I did. Go ahead and say it, honey. You say it every time we mention the dead
I
woman.
can't help she smell good.
He says that every time. No, we were walking around and all of a sudden she looks at him and she's like, I was like, I think she likes you.
She had on this black death dress and this skull mask.
And I looked at her and I said, do you like what you see? And she goes,
Yeah, she's next thing I know.
I said,
He's
well, you
all
can have
yours,
him.
honey. I was like,
I said, he's all yours, honey. And she's like,
I didn't know nothing. She snatched me by the arm and off we go. I was like, what the? I was like, you smell good.
I was like, can I have him back, please?
You didn't say could you have him back. You was gonna let her take me.
Oh.
No, don't forget about the butcher man that tried to take me and said you could have me back if you give him 3 coins from a dead man's
That was
pocket.
not the butcher. That was the reaper.
Whatever.
They said he needed some gold coins from a dead man's pocket.
He said he couldn't have me back until he did that. And then there was the butcher guy.
Yeah, he was going around picking his fleas and throwing them at people.
Oh, God.
And sniffing people. He'd walk up and he'd go.
It's a kid. Never mind.
It might have been a
And
precursor to
he'd
mine.
pick. And he'd pick. Walk up to him. Michael was there.
Yeah. We weren't even in the gate 5 freaking minutes. She saw Michael started bawling and I'm ready to go. I'm gonna sit in the truck.
No.
But she actually didn't, and she actually took a picture with him.
I did.
Now, see, I would like to go and just hang out at the front where you take pictures with
You
people.
could.
And it's actually kind of cool there.
There's
because
all kinds of stuff up there. There's
Yeah.
food, drinks and stuff.
the
Now, see,
character
I could do that because that'd be cool.
and the
It's a
characters.
big party area.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
And the characters walk around. You can take your pictures with them.
Because I asked Abe, could you do that at freaking Woods of Terror? It's like, I don't know if you can do that at there or not.
Well, there you can.
And
They don't
then
care.
over to the side they have this one part, and it's just a live DJ.
That is the regular admission line. Don't go there. Spend the extra money. Because if not, you'll be in line for...
No, I'm not talking about there. I was talking about
The DJ is up on a stand, and that's the general admission lines that he's...
Good Lord,
doing it for.
the way it looked, I thought he was just having a party. He was throwing
No.
T-shirts and everything.
He's entertaining them because you're there for freaking ever.
Oh, well, never mind. Scratch that. You can't party there.
Oh, you party while you're waiting in line, but general admission, you'll be waiting in line for about 3 hours.
I got my picture taken with Michael. That was pretty cool. He walked off after I got done crying, and I was like, and everybody was like, just face your fears, just face your fears. And I was like, hey, Michael. And I was like, can I get a picture? And then he walks over there and he stuck my knife to my neck. That was cool.
Damn. We had some friends of ours with us, and they messed up on their tickets while we were waiting in line. So one of them was friends with the guy that owns the thing. So we actually all wound up getting upgraded to like, I think it was like the VIP passes. So the whole group, all 13 of us got upgraded. And
And we didn't have to wait for anything
we got cussed out.
by several
Because
people.
with the VIP passes, you just walk up. If there's other people waiting in line, you go around them, show them your wrist, and just keep walking.
Yep.
And we were getting cussed.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people that
And the
were
girls
bad enough.
and the people was like, look, they're VIPs. That's part of their thing. They get to walk right up. Yeah, we've been waiting out here forever. Well, one girl told us, well, you should have bought the VIP passes then.
And then there was a woman there with dead babies, dead zombie babies.
She sold one of them.
Yeah, she was walking around with the little carriage,
Had one of the old school Victorian style.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
and it had little
She's a
zombie
ugly
babies.
woman too.
not as bad as that one woman that was standing beside of me and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, we're looking at souvenirs after everything's done, getting ready to go. And this woman comes up in this long, looks like an old school nightgown. She had black hair, and she had these contact lenses in that looked like she had been dead for a while, because you know how like the eyes go, kind of fog over? That's what they look like. And she had these artificial teeth in that made her teeth look rotten. Well, she comes up, I knew, I done talked to her and everything.
I'm just standing there.
She's looking at the souvenirs, I was like, and she comes up, she stands beside Elizabeth and like,
and I'm just standing there and I'm like, oh, I like that one.
I was like,
oh,
honey.
And I said,
you got a visitor. Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
Look to your left.
And I was like, what? I jumped back.
She's pretty nice. She says she likes the way it looks. She said, but them contact lenses were a little bit kind of hard to see out of, especially when it was darker.
Oh, tell them about how you almost put your head up my cousin's butt.
If it's a good thing she was actually clothed, because if not, that would have been very, very bad for me. We went through this one section to where it starts leading you into a cave.
I had chickened out by this point.
Yeah, she had long since gone. But you're going through this cave, then all of a sudden it gets pitch black. And then they got this air cushion so you don't hurt your head, luckily. And you have to start leaning over. Well, then we're walking through this drainage tunnel thing. And you can stand up, but you have to be leaned over. You can't see nothing at all. And all of a sudden, I didn't know everybody had stopped. Next thing I know, I wound up with my head halfway up her cousin's rear end. I'm sorry. The one girl behind us that was with our group, she's like, I can't see anybody. I said, I'm sticking out my hands, so keep reaching till you grab me. So I had to wind up helping somebody else get through there. We walked through this one section though. I cheated because it's supposed to be like walking through a swamp, and the fog is all at waist level. You can't see anything below it. And her cousin Charity was like, I can't see nothing. I said, I got this. I ducked down underneath it and started calling out. I was like, to the left, to the left.
And what was fun was, while they were doing this,
she's partying with the firefighters.
Yep, I'm partying with the firefighters. I'm sitting over there at the firefighter table and I'm watching people come out. And
tunnel.
It was hilarious because, you've got these big macho dudes in there, and all of a sudden they get the last tunnel.
And they turn to sissies.
And they hit them chainsaws, and when they hit them chainsaws, the boys come a-running.
Many of them just dropped their women and left them.
Yeah. This one girl, boy, she was mad. Mad.
This dude dropped her hand and took off.
They were holding hands and they were coming through there, and next thing I knew, that chainsaw cranked up and he dropped her hand and pew!
She walked. He ran
and
like a little
she's just walking, and she gets down there talking about, really? Really? So you're just gonna leave me hanging? You didn't hear that chainsaw? Show 'em out. Yes, I was walking.
If they would have let us film it, I would have showed you the footage. But part that she had already chickened out, so she didn't see most of it. She chickened out right after we left the laser tag area, and we got to the beginning of the corn maze. You see this guy dressed up like this evil scarecrow, and he disappeared. She said, honey, she said, I can't do this. And the lady was really nice that was standing there at the entrance. I said, ma'am, I said, can you take her back up front? The tractor hadn't left yet. I said, can you take her back up front? I said, she can't do this no.
She looked at me and she's like, well, just get back on the tractor. She's like, and they'll take you back up there. And I was like, I don't want to get on the tractor anymore. And she's like, oh, no. She's like, no. So she called walkie-talkie the driver, and she told him, she said, she said, going back up there, she was like, tell them do not jump back on that tractor. And I'm sitting there. And if something would have popped up,
Luckily,
I'd probably hit them.
because after the cornfield, you didn't get back on the tractor.
No.
You walked the rest of the way. So she was good to go. But we get to the cornfield, and they got this thing shooting about 60-foot flames. You can feel the heat off of it. It's freaking awesome. But then we go up to this 2-story house. That was when we started getting cussed. Yeah, I ain't gonna say the names they said, but it wasn't nice. I almost hit 2 people in there. Come into this one room, and they got a bunch of these old, the old burlap dolls, like the poor people made back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, they had some big ones. I was sitting there looking at one, and all of a sudden she just said, "Want to play?" I said, "Not with your ass." I said, "Sorry about taking your head off, by the way." So she resets, waits for the next person.
She wanted to play with you.
She can damn play with somebody else. But anyway, we finish out the house, come out the back and into the graveyard.
Nope.
Well, you can see like all kinds of freaking places. So your mind starts like, all right, where they at? Nobody messed with us in the graveyard. There was nobody there because it was so hot that year. They were having problems with people having dropping from the heat and everything else. So they lost a lot of the actors because of it. But anyway, it was still really good. Well, from there, I don't remember whether it was the swamp or the moving walkway. But we get into this one area. The walkway moves. The walls are moving. You are not steady for nothing. There's stuff daggone screaming at you and everything else. We get through the swamp. The swamp was awesome. Because the dry ice actually cooled it off a little bit. So that was cool. We start getting into the I forgot about the butcher shop and the diner. We go to this old school looking diner. Walk in, there's dead bodies, there's dead dudes sitting at the table, body parts and rats and everything all over the place. There's blood splattered everywhere, and it all looks realistic.
Oh yeah.
The rats weren't real, thank God. There's a dude in the back room with an actual chainsaw cutting up a dead body. That part got kind of loud. Then we get into the back room, and it's like an old root cellar, so you see body parts in jars, and some of the things I think were actual parts from animals and stuff. But anyway, so, then we go through there. That's when we start getting into the cave area, and it's an actual cave that they made up. It was not fake; it was actual rock and concrete stuff. And we get around this one section. There's these 3 girls in this cage. And it's like, and they're all looking at you, so all of a sudden they start screaming. I was like, yeah.
See, I can do that. I can play as one of them.
And there's spots in the rock where people can hide and jump out at you.
She's it all.
And it's really low light, so you really can't tell too much until you're right there. So I was like, something jumps out at me, I'm hitting it, I don't care. Well, then we start getting into the dark section of the cave. Then you have to start leaning down. That's when I put my head up, Charity's behind. I was like, I felt so bad about that for a long time. I don't remember what much happened after that, but then we get around to the tunnel, that lit tunnel. And it's kind of fogged up, and it's lit up real well. And it's like, you could see at the other end of it where it opens back up to the actual part when you first get there, because so you're about to end, but it's like a 50-foot tunnel, and it's like, you can't see nothing out the sides. So you don't know what. There's not solid walls, so anything can happen. We get out there and it's like, oh crap. I heard the chainsaws. Okay. I told Charity, I said, if they crank up a chainsaw, I will pass you.
They come out and both of them are laughing.
Yeah. We got lucky the chainsaw guy didn't come back.
And
it was fun.
and I'm sitting over there chilling with the firefighters.
Yeah. They always sit there. We got something to drink. You can buy the pictures because you take a group pic before you actually start the thing. They got different backgrounds.
And that's where we made our joke that, because at that time we weren't married and we
actually have shirts till fear do us part.
Yeah, till fear
We have matching shirts.
part. And he said, yep. He said, you'll be by my side. He said, always. He goes, until it comes
come here.
Yep. Unless we come to Spooky Woods.
She was like, yeah, because fear gonna part us real quick.
Yep. And it did that night.
And they actually sell thongs with Spooky Woods wrote on. I've never seen a Halloween themed thing sell draws at the souvenir stand. They had playing card packs,
Shot glasses.
underwear, hoodies, multitudes of shirts.
Yeah.
One of them had a picture of a chicken with his beak fell off. Said, "I got so scared my pecker fell off."
He wanted that shirt, but he didn't get
I didn't get it because I wanted to get matching shirts. The hoodies were nice. That was when the dead woman with the cool eyes actually snuck up beside of her.
I want me a hoodie. I told him that I'll go back with him. I told him.
But
"You
I'm
wanna
gonna hang
go?"
out up front.
Yep,
I was like,
that's
"Really?"
it.
I was like, well, in that case, you buying the basic admission ticket since you're not going.
Okay.
Because I'm not spending VIP money on somebody who's not going through.
And I'll just hang out right
I
there.
want to take Bestie with us.
Yeah, me and her, we can hang out.
I'll tell everybody, look, she gets scared enough, get behind her. Because she going to bulldoze everybody.
Because it changes every year.
And see, the thing is, though, what we forgot to mention on the tractor is you first getting on it, it's all lit up. You're thinking everything's all good. Well, what we didn't pay attention to, all of a sudden they black out the tractor after everybody's loaded, and they drive with no headlights.
No, see.
Because they got the road lined with the little glow sticks on each side, so they know to follow the glow sticks, and that's it.
And that's how they follow.
It's completely
Everything
blacked
else is completely black around you, and then you've got people coming up.
People jump on the daggone tractor from the side.
Yeah, and they get
That's
up
it.
in your face, and I'm talking in your face.
They're supposed to back off though, but once in a while you get one that.
Because that
Yes, sir.
woman with her long, stringy hair looking like the girl from The Ring was like dead in my face, and all she was doing was breathing.
But she was like
And I'm over here, this is me.
on the tractor. I swear she was just like this, but on this side, because I was on the outside just in case. And I had claw marks in my arm.
I literally,
She was latched on.
I was latched on. And I was just a crying. I was like, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want
The
to go
dude
home.
kept getting in her face, and she had her head buried on me. And
Like this.
dude was like right here. I could see her hair moving. He was breathing
And
on
I'm
her.
sitting here just a trembling.
And she's bawling. I was like, dude, back up. I told him twice. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys that was us is like, unless you want that love and beat out of you, I suggest you leave the woman alone. She done told you she had enough. And he looked, he said, one. And he was like,
And then when we stopped, we was at the corn maze, and he looked at me and he said, you
I said,
want
you
to?
ready to go? And
And I was like,
she's looked over and seen the corn maze monster. And she's like, no, I'm good.
and I looked down and I was like, I don't want to go. I was like, can I just go home? And he looked at me and he was like, if you don't want to do it, baby, you don't have to do it. And that was the night that I knew that he was going to be my husband.
Ain't that
I was wanting her to finish, but I mean, I knew she was actually scared enough to the point where I wasn't gonna push it.
No.
She was genuinely. I thought she was actually about to drop because her breathing was that.
I mean, my breathing was bad. And he was like, and the whole entire time, I'm clenching onto him. I've got fingernail marks in him.
Yeah, my arm went numb.
Holding on to him for dear life. The whole entire time, it's...
Honey, I got this.
I got you, baby. I got you, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. I got you, baby. I got you, baby. He just kept saying it over and over. It was never no, really, you're a grown woman. You need to grow up. Nope. He was all sweet.
There was one section that she didn't make it through. It was like a big open air cave type thing. And that was the only part that bothered me because I started hearing the automatic weapons fire. Nope.
Mom made breakfast.
And see,
It was good too.
They kind of lied to us.
But go to Spooky Woods and
Oh, they're not anything else?
Long story short, it is a really, really fun place. But I do advise that you spend the $20, get the VIP parking because you're right across the street from the entrance. To whereas if you do regular $5 parking, you
have to walk a blue country quarter mile.
And you're parked in a freaking field. And the idiot that was supposed to run the tractor shuttle, and they don't mess with you at this point. At least they didn't that night. The idiot that's supposed to run the shuttle from the regular parking to the front was 2 hours behind, so we had to wind up walking in. And you could hear everything that's going on. I mean, while we were still waiting in line to park, I had the windows down. Liz was like, "You better roll the window up."
Yeah, because somebody told me that they can run up to your car.
And sometimes they do.
Thank God they didn't that night.
Yeah, they'll run up to the car,
stayed
tap
in the
on
car.
window. It's a good experience, though. It really is. But like I said, now with COVID and everything, from what I've heard, you get there and check in, and they call you, "Okay, come in now." So it operates. And then they got the zip lines up there during the regular season. They got a laser tag thing you can come up there and do. Everything.
give it a thumbs up.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
He has a giant.